Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. Today, I am here to bring you a Manhwa chapter review of The Breaker New Waves chapter 183. Now, this chapter, once again, the chapter felt like it was just getting so damn good. It was like such a damn good chapter, and it just ends, and I'm like, dude, fucking Breaker, man. It always does that shit. I mean, seriously. Every single week, it's getting so damn good, and it's a good chapter. They're great chapters, but then they just fucking end, and you're like, dude, like, it feels like they're just ending it when it builds up, and I hate those type of cliffhangers. I really do. So, this episode of The Breaker New Waves, we actually get some characterization and backstory for Jung. Hopefully I said his name right, but the dude that is the brother to the prodigy of the Heavenly Way School, the brother, we find out some backstory and exactly kind of what his motive is and why he's currently doing what he's doing technically. Supposedly, from what we find out in this chapter, is that he kind of always respected his brother that was a prodigy. He always respected him. And eventually you had this dude, like, I think his name is, Chai, whatever the old dude is. The freaking old man of the Heavenly Way School. That's whatever his name is. It's like Jay or something. But either way, his name doesn't really matter at the moment. You pretty much know who I'm talking about. Pretty much he stated to Jung that, like, eventually you will be discarded by your brother, eventually you'll be cast aside, and you'll be worthless or useless, stuff like that. He goes along and says, like, he was imprisoned after his duel with his brother when he was fighting for, like, the heir of the clan, and so we find out some actual backstory with these two characters. But the thing is the overall ending conclusion of this development. For instance, you see it to where in The Breaker, in the future, a couple of years later, I don't know exactly how long later, you pretty much have it to where Jung actually sees his brother talk about Shiwon and says, like, oh, this dude is amazing, he's, like, a rival, I consider this dude a rival and stuff like that, and eventually something pops up to where there's some complications between the two brothers, because technically the prodigy child of the Heavenly Way School doesn't believe that his brother is a rival, and then eventually this leads to where the brother Jung thinks that he's, like, worthless, and so we find out the development of this chapter of that, and I felt like it's really cool getting to finally see his overall motive in The Breaker New Waves. Now, besides that, we got a lot of fighting in the first half of this chapter. There was a lot of fighting going on, especially with Shiwon just wrecking. Oh my god, Jung is getting fucking wrecked. As I said, it's pretty obvious that Jung would get wrecked by Shiwon, since technically he's been training in his mind for so long, like, you know, in that little time he had, he's been training for a while now to fight the prodigy of the Heavenly Way School, and to see how pretty much this dude that's the brother can't rival his power, it's kind of obvious that Shiwon would wreck him. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense how Shiwon's able to kind of wreck Jung in this chapter, and how he actually used the Heavenly Way School's, like, moves and secret techniques when he did that fucking block and, like, made his fist go aside. I'm like, dude, that's fucking badass. That was just straight out badass. So, overall, the chapter of The Breaker New Waves, it was a good chapter. Very, very good chapter. Feels very short, but it was a damn good chapter, and I will not put this chapter down for that, because it was just damn fucking good. Even though it was short, it was damn good. We got some characterization, some character development, find out some motives of our villains, and we get to see some epic fights of Shiwon in this chapter. So, yeah. Overall, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How'd you feel about this chapter of The Breaker? You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.